This man says all minority students should be treated as equals, but the reality of it is in Oklahoma City, they're not. Hello everyone, I'm Kurt Autry.
And I'm Lynn Kavanaugh.
The powerful achievement test, it's the standard by which our children are judged. It's also one of the standards used to judge and compare performance of our schools with other schools.
But are Oklahoma City public school officials trying to inflate test scores to make the system look good? News Team 4 broke the story. We're the first to tell you that several Oklahoma City teachers are making that allegation. In this follow-up report, Cynthia Gunn tells us the heart of the controversy is about students that get out of taking the test.
Oh, hey, we got some more bicyclers here.
You can tell these Wilson Elementary students are excited about reading, but they will not be judged on excitement. Their reading, math, science, and other skills will be judged by their achievement test scores. All students have to take that test unless their parents sign a form releasing them from the test.
And that one tells you all about apes.
The achievement test waiver form has always been available for parents who feel their children have trouble reading English. But this year, the Oklahoma City School Administration reportedly put extra pressure on Hispanic parents to sign this waiver.
Teachers were called into a meeting and by the building principals and told that the system had made a decision to try to waiver out as many bilingual students as possible.
Achievement test scores have traditionally been low at predominantly bilingual schools, and 3 teachers at one school showed us a list of students waived from the test, claiming administrators targeted those students because they had Hispanic last names, even though some of the students were high achievers and might have done well on the test. Oklahoma City School Superintendent Art Steller failed to honor a 1 o'clock interview this afternoon, but last night Steller told News Team 4 that the allegations are absurd and untrue, that there was no pressure on principals to get parents to sign the waiver forms. But the president of the Hispanic Parents Association says he knows of several Hispanic parents who were called more than once about signing that form.
When they say there was no organized intention to do it, somebody's lying.
And the president of the Hispanic Association says he plans to work with the administration to try and avoid this problem in the future. Cynthia Gunn, News Team 4.
The fact is, a number of teachers are saying they were pressured by principals to get parents to sign the waiver forms. But there are other teachers who told News Team 4 they were not pressured by their principals.
The fight over education reform at the Capitol has stirred plenty of emotion. Now trying to explain the huge and complicated program is drawing plenty of attention. Teachers congratulated each other with hugs and cheers when the Senate passed House Bill 1017 last month. But now comes implementation. State education officials fielded a myriad of questions from a packed auditorium at the Francis Tuttle Votech today. Superintendents, principals, and even some teachers had plenty on their minds.
House Bill 1017 is law, and that we need to take a progressive attitude in implementing the provisions of 1017.
We've already been working on the curriculum and the accreditation standards previously, and we feel that we're in pretty fair shape as we begin to implement House Bill 1017.
And similar sessions will be held tomorrow in Tulsa and Friday in Woodward.
It began as friendly horseplay. It ended in death. And now police say what was first thought to be an accidental shooting has become a murder. Tonight, authorities continue their search for 16-year-old David Bloomer. He's accused of killing another teen, 17-year-old Gail Lucas, last night. Lucas died of a single gunshot wound to the chest. Police say the shooting took place after the teens got into an argument. Volunteers have helped police in Luther, Oklahoma, remove all the sick and mange-infested animals from an unlicensed kennel there. More than 20 dogs were found in deplorable living conditions, including some that were locked in a house trailer with floors covered in animal waste. Luther's police chief says the elderly couple charged with animal cruelty claim they were trying to help lost and stray animals, but things got out of control.
I don't think that happened. I think they got more dogs than they could financially handle, and some of the dogs that they did pick up, maybe according to Miss Moore, some of them were already sick, some of them had the mange, and then put them in with the dogs that didn't have the mange. It just let it spread, and it just kind of like a snowball effect. It just kept rolling and rolling, and it got to the point that it was out of control.
Jim and Jacqueline Moore of Kellyville face several counts of animal cruelty, running a kennel without a license.
Well, it's not a lottery, but if your name is drawn, you win a house. No, not a radio station giveaway. It's Oklahoma City's Urban Homesteaders program. News Team 4's Anita Vanetti reports. A drawing was held today, and the big winners were not only the families, but whole neighborhoods.
For Oklahoma's land run, you staked a claim, improved the land, and it was yours. Oklahoma City is doing the same thing now, but the run is for homes.
So this is the lucky one. Margaret Flowers.
All right.
School bus driver Margaret Flowers is one of nearly 200 people who applied for a house through the Urban Homesteaders program. Luck was on her side, and she won the draw. Now she'll receive a low-interest loan to fix up the house.
And I've never felt like this all my life because I've never won anything. And yeah, I was excited. Believe me, I'm about to pass out. I'm serious.
If Margaret makes improvements to the house on Southeast 37th and lives here for 5 years, she'll get the deed to the property for free.
And what did you have to do in here?
We painted in here and we replaced the light fixtures.
Margie Griffiths won her house in an earlier drawing. She has no house payment and only owes about $140 a month on her home improvement loan.
Oh, I love it. I really do.
How did it help your family?
This is the only way that we could afford our own home.
The program helps people become homeowners, and it helps neighborhoods too, because houses that would have been vacant and run down are now being kept up, and that helps everyone's property values. The houses for the program come from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. That is, most are foreclosed HUD homes. The city does not select dilapidated homes, although these crippled houses are causing the most controversy in blighted neighborhoods. But spokesmen say urban homesteading is a step in prevention that will make a difference in the city's future. Anita Vanetti, News Team 4.
Now, to qualify for this program, you must meet several criteria, including fitting into a low to moderate income bracket. You've got to show you have good credit, and of course, you can't already own your own house. For more information, contact Oklahoma City's Division of Housing Rehabilitation. The number there, 297-2865. Now, so far, nearly 75 homes have been given to city residents who pledged to improve them or lose them. Well, good news tonight for an Oklahoma City woman who's been waiting for a life-saving operation.
But now there are new hurdles to clear.
I felt like that I didn't have anything going my way at all.
I'm Terry Cook. Next on For Your Health, we'll talk about the early warning signs of suicide.
Sauce. Choose from 15 delicious varieties. Try one, try them all. Just $1.29 a jar.
Buy for less. When it comes to savings, there's just no comparison.
How's your new Cadillac? Love it. Got front wheel drive?
Yeah.
24-hour roadside service?
Yeah, and 25% more horsepower.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Cadillac, 41 years as the luxury leader, is nothing to sneeze at.
Bless you.
And now get up to a $2,000 cash dividend.
Tonight, an update on a story that just seems to take one tragic turn after another.
Well, we do have some positive news to report. It may not provide the answer that's needed. And of course, we're talking about the Oklahoma City woman who needs a bone marrow transplant. You've got the latest.
Well, she's found a donor, which sounds like good news, but there are a few hurdles to overcome. If Shirley Lockaby is going to live, she has been told that she needs a bone marrow transplant. She has found that donor. The question now is, can she afford the operation when we know that she can't afford to not try?
And you know that your life is hanging on $8,000.
Shirley Lockaby is getting closer, but the journey seems endless. And now that a solution is in sight, the worry is it's out of reach. She leaped a huge hurdle last month, learning her blood, shown here in the testing process, is an identical chemical match to someone else's in London, overcoming 40,000 to 1 odds that a donor would ever be found. Shirley Lockaby wants to live for her son, and a bone marrow transplant is her only shot at beating leukemia. Now in remission, doctors want to give her lethal doses of chemotherapy to kill that cancer. Donor bone marrow is the only thing that will allow her body to rebuild itself after that fatal dose. But Shirley Lockaby is unemployed and has no money.
We have a hospital, we have a bone marrow transplant team, we have a donor, we have all of those things, and we're looking at $8,000, which it seems like a mountain to Shirley.
You're faced with all the money, finding a donor, and after a while, it all falls pretty heavy.
If you would like to help Shirley Lockaby get that bone marrow transplant, you can send donations to the Chance for Life Fund, care of Founders Bank, P.O. Box 12449, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That zip code is 73157. And it really is easy to understand her frustration when you consider how far she's come, the odds that she has so far beaten. And now she's got that financial
$8,000 though.
It's not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money to someone who doesn't have any money. And she's in a bit of a tough bind, but she's working on raising some money.
Small amount from everyone to help.
You bet it
Thanks,
would.
Jerry Cook. Sunny skies or clouds and rain, what will we see in the next few days?
Only one man can tell us for sure, and you know who it is. Kevin Foreman and his complete forecast just ahead.
I'll tell you a call, no problem. Bye-bye. Yeah. No, she's not here. No, thanks a lot for calling. Bye.
If teenagers and one phone line mean lots of paperwork for you, lighten your load with a simple addition. An additional line from Southwestern Bell Telephone.
Tired of the same old pickup stick-up at your Chevy and Ford dealers? Come see your GMC truck trading team, where you're the one getting away with highway robbery. S15 pickups, full-size Sierras, short beds, long beds, and extended cabs, all priced to make the competition shake in their boots. So get out of Dodge and into the #1 truck value in Oklahoma. Only at Jackie Cooper, Bob Howard, Joe Coker, and Ferguson, your GMC truck trading team.
Wouldn't it be great if you were center ring facing the great Garbanzo in the wrestling match of the year? And wouldn't it be great if the sponsor was a beer? A really great beer like Keystone, the fresh cold filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if Garbanzo excused himself and you left with his manager, the lovely Darlene? Cold filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
That double bogey you had on 13 sure didn't help our score any. At least I stayed out of the sand traps. You should have brought a beach towel.
Yeah, you could have used it after that bath you took in the pond at 15. There's no such club as a water wedge.
Now you can drive like a pro in a new 1990 Cadillac with bumper-to-bumper warranties, state-of-the-art safety features, 24-hour roadside service, and up to a $2,000 cash dividend.
So, same time next week?
Yeah. Don't forget your beach towel.
Don't forget your water wedge.
Rocks in your pockets, anything you could do today.
Windy, I'm telling you.
Very, very windy. We officially recorded gusts of 9,000 miles an hour.
9,000?
9,000.
You don't say.
It was a real windy day. Down just a little bit right now, but not a whole lot. Let's take a look at the satellite view if we can. From about midnight last night, big thunderstorm complex over Kansas moved on to the east, brought the cold front through Oklahoma City around rush hour, pretty much as expected, but no thunderstorms developed. Nobody's complaining, but none developed. We picked up a few clouds, but even those moved out fairly quickly. Most of the heavy activity now is through parts of Illinois, Missouri, and now building down into northern sections of Arkansas. That's where the severe weather is going to be tonight. In advance of that, very powerful upper-level storm moving through eastern Kansas. You can see the line of thunderstorms extending all the way up in through the Great Lakes. Parts of the southeast are very wet. For Oklahoma, we're going to dry out for tomorrow. And then late on Friday and Saturday, this little storm right here looks like it's going to open up and move towards the state and give us a chance of thunderstorms on a scattered basis once again at that time. This morning, 57 and 70 degrees this afternoon out at the airport, 67 right now. Humidity is lowering. Winds are not lowering so quickly there in the north at 25, and the pressure is rising. We're still seeing gusts at 35 miles per hour plus. Here at KFOR, we had 52-mile-per-hour wind gusts a little bit earlier this afternoon. Temperatures are mostly in the 60s, lower 70s down to the south. We're going to set up for a very cool morning tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon will be just absolutely lovely. We'll start out at about 46 degrees with light northerly winds. The winds will turn in direction to the northeast by about noon and to the southeast by late in the afternoon and pick up to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But for a good part of the day, wind should be in that 5 to 10 mile per hour range with a lot of sunshine and about 74 degrees in the afternoon. So it'll be a winter for tomorrow. Most of the rain in through Chicago, the Great Lakes, along the East Coast, showers and thunderstorms fairly likely. 65 in New York City tomorrow, about 79 in Dallas. Great day there. Very warm out in the desert southwest. Phoenix, about 96 degrees and pleasant along the west coast. So it looks like we'll see a very nice day tomorrow. Then as we get into Friday night and Saturday, another chance of thunderstorms. We're still keeping rain out for Mom. Just for you on Mom's Day, Mom. Clear skies and cool tonight. Winds will diminish. Lows will drop down into the 40s. It'll be a very cool morning tomorrow, but just an outstanding day. Southeast winds now by afternoon about 5 to 15, and daytime highs approaching 80 degrees out in western Oklahoma, 70s over a good part of the state. Here's my 5-day outlook in the metro area. Forecast 75 degrees tomorrow, 82 on Friday. Friday, the winds will be up at about 15 to 30 miles per hour out of the south. And late Friday night and Saturday, about a 20% chance of thunderstorms. Mother's Day, not quite so windy, about 80. You still think I'm doing good for Mom?
Yeah, she loves you.
She hasn't called yet?
She's called.
I was afraid of that.
It was a lucky day for one man. An Oklahoma City man walked away with only a few cuts and bruises after his plane crashed into a lake.
Let's update you on that story and others that made headlines on News Team 4 at 5. Police say engine trouble caused this plane to crash into Lake Overholser. The pilot, 60-year-old Tom Thomas, was en route to El Reno from Wiley Post. A police officer witnessed the crash and came very close to being part of it.
Well, I stopped in the middle of the road waiting for it to hit me, more or less either hit me or make me get out of the way, so I didn't know what to do at that point. It was coming so fast that I really didn't have time to react, so I just flipped a U-turn there, and it was real close.
And Watson says he went on to help pull Thomas from that wreckage. It was called a day of infamy, but Pearl Harbor ushered in World War II for this country, and the attack created bonds of friendship which have endured through the years. About 150 men who served aboard the USS Oklahoma, which, by the way, sunk that day, are holding their annual reunion in Oklahoma City. And even though their numbers are diminishing, the memories endure.
It was a real hoax.
On In Your Corner, several viewers asked Brad about the Monte Carlo Cash Express. Each of the callers was led to believe they would win the $22,000 prize after sending in only $9 for the answers to a puzzle. Brad says this company has been sued over running a similar contest in past years. The company has also had complaints for not delivering prizes over the last 3 years. Next up in sports, the wind was a factor in baseball and golf today.
And a spectacular crash today at Indianapolis. Bob Berry is next with all your sports.
News Team 4's Kelly Ogle travels the state to show you the people that make Oklahoma strong. Tonight at 10.
Arnold Palmer at home in America.
1929, that was the year I was born. The tractor, well, that came along a little later. And Pennzoil, well, that goes back to my dad. That was his motor oil. I'll tell you, you couldn't be around him long without learning the value of keeping the equipment running. And you know, everything around here is still working.
Pennzoil, ever since America learned to drive.
I love Oklahoma. I like the wildflowers, and I like helping Oklahoma. That's why I use my Oklahoma Heritage Visa and MasterCard. Low interest, convenience, and worldwide acceptance. I like knowing my business stays right here, too. Every time I decide to use my Oklahoma Heritage Card, they make a contribution to plant more Oklahoma wildflowers. So it's good for me and Oklahoma.
To apply, call 1-800-456-CARD.
Dodge's factory-authorized annual tent sale has been held over for another weekend at the fairgrounds. Listen to what satisfied customers are saying.
I was looking for me a Dodge truck, and I found it.
I had a fun time buying my Dodge Caravan.
It's real simple. They made me a deal I couldn't refuse.
Plus, get great financing or cash back on almost everything in stock, as low as 0% or up to $2,000. Don't miss your chance to save at the fairgrounds this weekend with your Oklahoma City Dodge dealer.
It's kind of crash when you see it. You go, oh my gosh, and then you wonder how anybody walked away.
It's amazing how the equipment keeps the drivers alive and not seriously injured in most cases. A spectacular crash today at the Indianapolis Speedway. The Indianapolis 500 auto race will be held 2 weeks from Sunday. That's on May 27th. Today was practice. Watch as three-time Indy 500 champion Johnny Rutherford crashes during his practice round. Lost control in the third turn, spins. The outside wall skidded about 750 feet. A slight concussion. Watch the replay of the crash. Amazing, as we were saying, that Rutherford was not more seriously injured. He is in stable condition, according to reports. Rutherford was not injured on Monday, by the way, when the same car scraped the outside wall in the second turn. Look, the car just disintegrates, it seems to me, and then he's carried away in a stretcher. He's in the hospital, but just a concussion, they say. The Southwestern Bell Classic moved through the first round of the Pro-Am today at Quail Creek Golf and Country Club. Bob Berry Jr. was there for a windy report.
On an extremely breezy day, Bobby Nichols was on the putting clock practicing his touch, looking calm as ever, while his amateur playing partner was on the practice tee, literally tearing it up.
God, did you get that? Send me a clip of that.
The group of the day had to be the defending champion, paired with the OU basketball coach, who managed a few pretty good shots, which might lead him to the senior tour in his next career.
I really am thinking about that, Bob, but my game needs a little work. I'm still under that conception that 100 is good.
The wind was blowing about 100 today, and Nichols was admittedly having trouble keeping his ball in the fairway.
You got to really be built like a spark plug to play good golf in the wind, but it was windy like this last year in a one, so maybe good things will happen again this year.
Nichols loves Quail Creek, that's for sure. He's won twice in his brilliant career in Oklahoma City, but his win last year was his only victory on the senior tour. Bob Berry Jr., Sports Team 4.
Tomorrow, Arnold Palmer will play with amateurs in the second day of the Seniors Tour Pro-Am. It's high school baseball state tournament time at several sites. In Tulsa, 5A action at LaFortune Park. Jeremy Woods on the mound for Midwest City, a windy LaFortune Park. In the top of the third, Enid's Jimmy Lutchen hits the ball sharply to right. Midwest City's Brett DeQuazy misplays the ball. Jeff Owen scores on the play, and Lutchen goes to third. Enid led over Midwest City 2-1 this Midwest City quarterfinal. Enid players happy, but not for long. Bottom of the fourth, Midwest City's Cale Gundy hits the ball deep to left center field in the gap. The wind plays tricks with that. Everyone, including the cameramen, lose it. This brought home a run, and Gundy ends up at third with a triple. Midwest City led 4-2, went on to win and advance. The final was 5-4. Owasso has defeated Edmond 4-1 in another quarterfinal game in 5A. In 4A at Shawnee, U.S. Grant defeated Tulsa Kelly 5-0. Coweta over Duncan 9-7. In the B tournament, Class B state tournament, Northwest Optimist DeLisi Park here in the city, Asher over Eakly 10-0. Bookcheetah down to Leedy 17-8. In Major League Baseball, Oakland in 11 innings beat the Yankees. A run walked in the 11th. That gave Oakland the victory. Detroit 2. Milwaukee won the final in 8 innings. Rain called the game after 8. And speaking of bad weather, Chicago beat Atlanta 4-0. The final in 4.5 innings in Chicago, also weather. Jennifer Caparati needed just over 90 minutes, but she won to advance to the third round of the Italian Open tennis tournament today. Martina Navratilova struggled, but won. And Arantxa Sanchez also won. She advanced easily in that tournament in Italy.
All right, thanks, Bob. Our news team is out in the field working on stories to bring you tonight at 10.
We'll have the latest on the tax battle brewing here in Oklahoma City and on Oklahoma Strong. Kelly Ogle takes you behind the scenes at the Special Olympics to look at a very special success story.
We'll have that and more tonight at 10.
Well, there's a new racing circuit that's growing in popularity.
You could say they're starting small and they're going to stay that way. You too can be a race car driver without the risk to life and limb. We'll tell you the secret when we come back.
Special Mother's Day savings this week only.
When you shop Cimarron Pottery.
Regular $19.99 concrete bird bath this week only $12.99. A great buy. Regular $2.99 African violets fresh from our greenhouse only $1.49. Regular $3.99 fern stands in blue, stained or natural this week only $1.99. Just a few of our many mama pleasers. But hurry, sale ends Sunday.
When you shop Cimarron Pottery.
Happy Mother's Day.
Not for the way it goes down easy. Not for the way it puts a smile on your face. Not for the way it grances a picture. Not for the way it puts a show on you. Just for the reason
If you're thinking of buying a Ford F-150, you'll want to closely watch the following game. Chevy half-ton pickup challenges Ford F-150. Let's play to 5. The Chevy half-ton has more interior room, more horsepower, more payload capacity, a stronger frame, and it's only $99.45. Chevy wins. Get up to $700 cash back. We challenge you to find a better truck at a better price. See your Oklahoma Chevy team dealer.
Tired of your daily lunch routine? Come to Pizza Hut for a personal pan pizza. You'll get a delicious pizza loaded with toppings in just 5 minutes guaranteed, or your next one's free. And right now at Pizza Hut, there's a great deal you can really sink your teeth into.
Now get a pepperoni personal pan pizza for just $1.49, or Supreme for $1.99.
So pick up a personal pan pizza today and get a lunch that's anything but routine.
On Wall Street today, local stocks make a big leap while the Dow Jones has a midweek slump. Here's a look at your numbers. The Oklahoma Index jumps 3/4 of a point today to close at 122.96. Dow Jones Industrials lost a fraction of a point to finish at 2732.88. And West Texas crude surges 72 cents to put oil at $18.99 a barrel.
Up north, the construction on that new highway created an old-fashioned dust storm.
That's right.
Today. Man, I'll tell you.
Continuing. The wind's dying down, and it'll die down for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a great day. The wind will be back, unfortunately, for Friday and for a time on Saturday, and then die down a little bit once again on Sunday. But for tomorrow, just a great day, 75 degrees, and I did not have a single person come up to me and complain that it didn't rain this morning.
I bet you didn't.
Not a single person.
You won't hear any complaints here.
I didn't think so.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's truly life in the fast lane. By the end of the year, there will be close to 1,500 members in this club. Dina Lawley says, although they're a racy bunch, there's something for the entire family.
Okay, last call, driver van. Need all drivers this time. Last call.
Anticipation is running high. Class adjustments are being made.
Okay, I need the new drivers. I know I got a couple of them right down here. Talk to the new drivers. I need the rest of you get your radios inbound, get your cars on the line.
Ready now for the excitement, the thrill of victory, the agony of a crash. The moment they've been waiting for.
Quarter marshal's ready. Drivers ready, go!
Since 1986, at a place called RCRC, Radio Control Race Center, people from all over Oklahoma, plus a few other states, have been putting it all on the line for fun and excitement.
I love it. I used to race real cars, and this pretty much is the same excitement. You're just not in it when it crashes, you know.
Although the average age of a club member here is around 28 years old, this competition is for everyone. There are husband-wife teams and, of course, father-son teams.
He's kicking a lot of the drivers out here, a lot of the men drivers, you know. Pretty amazing, really.
The members of RCRC come out to race for various reasons, the most common one being...
This is all in fun. It's, you know, just like getting the spirit of competition.
The only trouble is, that's older guys, the reactions aren't quite like those young ones, you know, so we just, if we get a ribbon, we're happy.
I'm Dean O'Lally, News Team 4.
And several local racers headed to Fort Worth this weekend for the 1990 Dirt Oval Nationals.
I think I'd rather have my son race that than what Bob was showing his cast.
Most definitely. A lot cheaper, too.
We'll see it then.
Bye-bye.
News Team 4 is interested in your opinions. If you have a question or comment